Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying out some new products for you guys. I just recently posted a large beauty haul, so I want to go ahead and try some of these products for you guys today. Most of the products that I'm going to try today I did purchase at Sephora, so we're going to start with those first. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to take off my glasses. This is a first impression, so I'm not going to be wearing this all day, but I will be trying these products like off camera and letting you guys know in the description box below how they worked out. Excuse the hair, guys. It will look better in the end. I do have a band-aid on my thumb. Guys, I cut my thumb so bad the other day when I was making dinner, and I've been like just putting Neosporin and putting a band-aid on. It has been throbbing, but today it's doing a lot better. So hopefully it won't distract you too much. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the first product. It's a Sephora Pocket Palette. This is called Khaki Tones. So I'm gonna go in with my Mario Master Prep and Eye Set. So I'm just gonna put that on my eyelid. And I usually mix both the shades in this palette. I'm gonna set it with the powder that's in the palette. So let me show you the shades in the palette. Really beautiful khaki earth tone type shades. I'm gonna start with this shade first. It's kind of a lighter cream color in the palette. I'm gonna use this Morphe E28 brush. Now this doesn't have a mirror, so I'm gonna have to get a mirror. I'm gonna go into my crease. Oh, this came out a lot darker than I thought it was going to. So now I'm just gonna take this Morphe M433 brush, and of course I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, which is more of like a tan brown. This one's going a little bit more defined in the crease and blending it with that other shade. Wow, this is really pigmented. I'm going to take this ColourPop E24 brush and I'm going to go into that really beautiful green, the darker one right here. As you can see, it's pretty pigmented right there. So I'm going to go ahead and just place this on the lid. Wow, okay, it is really pigmented. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. Okay, this is beautiful. Already I am loving this palette. I'm putting it on my lid, but I'm bringing it just to the corner and I'm kind of pressing it into that crease. I am gonna blend that in here in a bit. That is so beautiful. I am in awe. I cannot believe how pigmented this is. I'm gonna take a little bit more and I think I'm just gonna bring it all the way over onto the lid. And then I'm gonna go back into that Morphe M433 brush and I'm just going to blend that all into the crease. Because I wanna deepen up the outer corner, I am gonna go in with this dark chocolate brown. And I'm just going to take that M433 brush again and just press that on the outer corner. I'm taking this Morphe M213 brush and I do want to go into this really beautiful light green shade and I'm going to highlight the inner corner with this. And by looking at it, I really don't have any fallout at all with those shadows. We'll come back to this palette in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and prep my skin for the foundation. I have been loving this Hello Good Stuff 3-in-1 face mist. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's by Essence. I just shake it up and then spray it all over. I do have a new sponge that I want to try out today, and I do have some new eyelashes as well that are not from Sephora. So the first thing that's not from Sephora is this Juno & Company microfiber sponge, and I am going to be using this with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte Foundation. I'm also going to use a brush. All right, so I wet the sponge, and this is actually what the sponge looks like. It has a flat side here, curved side, and then a flat side on the bottom. So I'm going to use this sponge on the right side of my face to apply the foundation, and then on the left side I'll use a brush. So this is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte Foundation. I'm sure you guys have seen this all over YouTube. So this says that it's life-proof, non-comedogenic, flawless filtered finish. It's waterproof, super long wear, 24 hours, transfer-proof, fade-proof, sweat-proof, and humidity-proof. Now, this is a foundation that you want to try like all day long. I noticed a lot of cosmetic companies are actually coming out with like transfer proof, waterproof foundations, and some of them are really not playing out to be transfer proof. I know it's a whole marketing thing because we're wearing masks now, but if it says it's going to be transfer proof, it would be really nice to be transfer proof. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and try this. So I'm going to shake it up. Now I have the shade Cheesecake, and normally I have gotten like dulce de leche or baklava, or what was the other one? Oh, I've gotten Amaretti. So I was really unusual that I matched to Cheesecake. So we're gonna see if this works on my skin tone. I'm gonna go ahead and pump one pump. That's one pump right there. Now it does look pretty light, and I have self-tan, so I am a little bit darker, but we're gonna make it work. I know at the time I didn't have a self-tan on, but I did tell her that I self-tan occasionally, but I can't recall if she said that it oxidizes or not. So I'm gonna go ahead and just place this on my face, and I'm not putting the whole pump, I'm just putting like half a pump, and then I'm going to go in with my sponge. I think I want to use the flat side. Just going to press that into the skin. Yeah, that is way too light. It's super light. We'll see if it oxidizes a little bit. Hopefully it does oxidize, because man, it is light. It's really not hard to apply. It doesn't feel like it's like drying too quickly, but it has really good coverage. And it doesn't look like luminous. It looks natural, but it doesn't look luminous, and it doesn't look too matte. That's actually half a pump. That's my skin, and as you can see, completely different shades. Let's go ahead and go on this side with a brush. I'm just using the rest of the foundation, and I'm using this Luxie brush. It's just a Luxie 532 round foundation brush. I'm just gonna press that into the skin. It looks like it's streaking with the brush. It doesn't look like it applied it as smooth as it did with the sponge. I'm not really liking the application of the brush. I'm gonna go ahead and pump another full pump, and I'm just gonna dot this on this side because I feel like the brush actually took off a lot of the product, and then I'm gonna go in with the sponge. I look like a ghost. Don't I look ghostly? Oh gosh, it looks horrible. The shade is horrible. I know, guys, it's horrible. I look very ghostly. Oh, right. I'm going to definitely have to bronze a lot. I have a good powder that I can use on top of this, so I should have just stuck with the shade that I've used. You know, the lighting in Sephora is not the same as when you're like outside or you're at home. It's way different. So I guess it's better to go with what you know, not try to change it up. I feel like it gives really good coverage with just like 1.5 pumps. So as you can see there, I have a lot left on my hand, but I am gonna go in with Tarte Shape Tape. I know that the Tarte Shape Tape is gonna be way darker than my skin tone right now, but I'm gonna use it anyway, just a little bit. You can see it's way darker, but I'm gonna use it because we're gonna darken up my skin anyway with some powder and some bronzer. I didn't put a lot, so it's not that big of a deal. So let's talk real quickly about the foundation. Besides the color, the foundation has a beautiful finish. I think it's more like a very natural type finish. Not only that, the coverage is wonderful. I love the coverage of this foundation. I think it makes the skin look really soft, doesn't look super matte or flat, so I like that about it. Once I get my new shade, guys, I will test it. I need to get a new shade. I cannot go out with just my face being so bright, so I have to get a new shade. Once I get a new shade, I will be testing it out all day and checking like the sweat proof, the transfer proof. So let's move on to concealer. I don't have a new concealer. I do want to try though the new Tarte Creamy Concealer. It's like the Tarte Shape Tape, but a creamier, more hydrating version. I've seen it on YouTube and I'm like dying to try that. They said it's perfect for dry skin or mature skin. So that is like right up my alley. So I decided to go ahead and go in with the Dose of Colors concealer number 17. I think I'm gonna mix a little bit of 12 with that one, just right here, and then I'll put a little bit right here. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the round side for the concealer. So I am gonna try this Glowy Super Gel by Saie or Saie. I actually got this in the shade Starglow. This is what the packaging looks like. I'm gonna put this on top of my foundation. That's what it looks like. So it's very creamy, but it also has like a liquidy consistency. It's kind of in between. I'm just gonna pop that on my cheekbones. And I think I'm gonna use this sponge. Just gonna press it in. I don't know about that. It looks really faint. You can hardly tell that I have it on. It looks glowy, but I think it's just because it's wet on my skin. All right, so let's go ahead and set my under eyes, and I'm gonna use my One Size Powder by Patrick Starr. I'm gonna set my whole face with the Sephora Translucent Setting Powder. All right, so now we're gonna go in with my Undone powder. I love this powder. I love the glow that it gives. I'm only gonna use this powder like on the perimeters of my face just to kind of darken it up a little bit. So now I'm gonna go in with bronzer. I've been loving this bronzer that's in this Milani all-inclusive palette. It's this one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that bronzer. I don't know if Milani sells this in a bigger pan, but if they do and you guys know about it, please let me know in the comments down below because I love this bronzer. Now I'm completely bronzed up. So because that other product didn't really give me any highlight, I want to go in with the JLo Beauty That Star Filter. This is actually a warm bronze. So I want to put a little bit on the back of my hand. Now this is a dark shade, but I do like the bronzy tone to it. It says you can put it in your moisturizer or your liquid foundation. And then it says for a bronzing or highlighting effect, apply to the high points of the face, such as cheekbones and down the bridge of the nose, but it doesn't tell you what tool to use. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this. It does have a medium consistency to it. It's not like watery or anything like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and just press that into the skin. Add that little bit of glow that I wanted. And it looks really dark, but it doesn't come off super dark on the skin. So it went on really nicely, but it looks like it kind of clinged on to a little bitty area right here. I can see like there's a different shade right there. I think I want to try this more like in my foundation or with my moisturizer and then put my foundation on. I don't know that I really like it to like highlight this area. Initially it looked really nice, but now it looks like it's a little splotchy on this side. Yeah, I might have to try it a different way. So for blush, I'm just gonna go into this one right here in the Milani palette. It's the same palette that I got my bronzer from. I'm just going to press that on the cheeks. Yeah, see, my blush is kind of clinging onto that area too. So I don't know what happened there. This side, it's not doing that, but here it is. So for the last face product, I'm gonna go in with this Kosas Cloud Set Baked Setting and Smoothing Powder. This is in the shade Comfy. It's more of like the medium shade, and this is what the packaging looks like. So here's the powder. I wanna go ahead and buff it into the skin and just smooth everything out. I'm hoping that this will work in that way because I have like that little patch right there. So hopefully it doesn't cling on to that either. I'm gonna use this powder brush from Hourglass. This powder is supposed to smooth everything out. Oh my gosh, this powder is gorgeous. Look how smooth it made my skin look. I like it. Let me go ahead and do my eyebrows really quickly. Then I'm gonna go ahead and grab those lashes. Let me show you the lashes before I go off camera because I want you to see them, but I'm not gonna be able to put them on camera because it'll be a horrible mess. So hold on a second. So for lashes, I'm gonna use the Wing Demi Collection Lashes by Salon Perfect. And then I'm gonna go back into this Lily Lashes Brush On Lash Adhesive. I've actually used this once, kind of on the fence about it, so I'm gonna try it again today. I'm gonna go off camera and do that really quickly and then I'll be right back. All right guys, so I put on those lashes. I did my eyebrows. I am gonna go in with this Tarte Maracujá Juicy Lip. It's like a lip gloss. Before I put that on, I'm gonna go in with the Milani Understatement Lip Liner in Saucy Toffee. This is the packaging, and then you push a little button here, and then it pushes up the product. That is the product right there. Ooh, smells like coconut. Oh gosh, it goes on really creamy, but you gotta be careful because the warmth, I think, of my lips is making it melt. It has a little tackiness to it, but do you see how when I press my lips, how it kind of is like getting real goopy? I don't know about this. Let me clean some of this off. I'm gonna go in with one of these Essence lipsticks. This one's in Loyal. So I want to go ahead and do my bottom lash line, and I'm going to start with this shade right here. I'm just going to run that on the bottom lash line. Then I'm going to go in with the darker brown. I'm gonna go in with my Lancome Idol mascara, and I'm just gonna use that on the bottom lash line. I'm not gonna put a lot down there, but I do want to define those lashes just a little bit. Okay guys, so that completes this look, and I'm gonna give you my first impressions now on all the products, starting with the Huda Beauty foundation. I am gonna be trying this foundation out for you guys in my shade, so I'm gonna have to take this back and get the right shade because this shade is obviously too light for me. But so far guys, it looks really really beautiful on the skin. I love the look of it. I love the feel of it. It didn't feel too heavy, but I still want to try it out like all day. So that's my first impression of that. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the Juno Sponge. The Juno Sponge really helped apply this foundation beautifully. Not only that, it applied my concealer really well. It just did a really good job of applying my makeup. So I do really like this. I like it so much, I'm thinking about purchasing another one. I love the feel of it, super soft. It's not too spongy and it's not too dense. So it's really nice and pliable. And I do like the fact that it has a flat side here and a flat side here. So you could use either side to apply foundation. But yeah, I like this Juno Sponge. And again, I got this one at Target. As far as the Sephora Pocket Palette, this is exactly what I wanted it to be. I think the shades went on super creamy, super blendable. They look so beautiful on the eye. I especially love this shade right here that I put all over the lid. I think that shade is just stunning. So yeah, so I love this palette. The only shade in the palette that I didn't use was this one. And I feel like this one would be so beautiful, like just all over the eyelid with some mascara for a really quick eye look. So I'm really surprised that this palette worked so well because I've used some Sephora shadows and they just haven't worked as well as this one. So for the Tarte Maracujá Juicy Lip, this is a no-no for me. It's too goopy, it's too sticky, it went on like too heavy. I think it's just too emollient for my lip. It's like when you've left a lipstick inside your car or like a chapstick in your car and it's hot outside and then you put it on your lips and it kind of just melts all over. That's what this did. I just did not like it. So for the Saie or Saie highlighter, this is also a fail for me. I don't think that this is really supposed to be used on top of foundation. I think its whole purpose is really for people who don't wear a lot of makeup and they want to use something to have that glow from within look. So I think because it's supposed to be more natural, that this is not really for me because I am not a person who wears like natural makeup. It's just not a product for me. So for the Lily Lashes adhesive, today it worked really well. I think that it placed those lashes on really nicely. I'll look tonight to see if they fall off quickly, but today it worked well. The other day it didn't work as well as I wanted it to, but today it did a pretty good job. For the JLo Beauty product, now I feel like I have to use this product with my moisturizer and then go in with my foundation or actually mix it in with my foundation. So I am going to be trying it that way. I don't like it just for like the high points of my face. I just don't like it for that. I feel like it kind of stuck to this area. I might have a dry patch there. I don't know. And then it made the blush stick to that area and the powder and all that stuff. So I'm just not feeling it for the highlight effect, but I am going to try it underneath my foundation or with my foundation. So I will be keeping you guys updated on this product. So for the Salon Perfect lashes, now when I put this up to my lash line, I didn't like the way the lash looked on my lash line. So what I did was I cut it down quite a bit. So basically I'm just using the flare part. I cut it to where it would fit on the center of my eye here and then out, and it just kind of flares out. And I do like them for that. I love the way they went on. So I will be purchasing these and using them in this way because I really feel like the whole lash just kind of looked kind of weird on my eye. So I had to cut it down quite a bit, and I decided to cut it down enough to where I would just put it on the outer corners and just have that flare going on. So really do like those. And then the last product I was like in complete awe with is this Kosas powder. I feel like this Kosas powder made everything look better. I mean, it enhanced my whole makeup look. So I am really digging this powder. I'm like, wow, I can't believe how smooth my skin looks with this powder. Even looking at my skin up close in my magnifying mirror, it looks smooth. It just looks so pretty. So I'm definitely loving this powder. I may buy the darker shade than this, the one that's up from this, because I am going to get darker in the summer. Plus I self-tan, so I do want maybe a little bit more of a warm look to my skin, but I'm still going to keep this one because I do love the way everything went together after putting this powder on my skin. Anyway, that is it for my first impressions of these new products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.